So there is a newer scan technique spreading online right now called ClickFix. And it looks like a helpful fix, like the capture code, a download instruction, or a troubleshooting guide. But the real goal of this is to trick you and to infect your computer. You know, traditional malware tries to trick you into clicking on something and downloading a file. That's essentially what it normally does. But ClickFix is different. It's trying to get you to copy some text into a terminal, into a command prompt, and then execute a command. And then you inputting that command and executing it then downloads something malicious. So we're going to talk about what this is, what is ClickFix, and why it's affecting Macs now more than ever. Hey, my name is Emilio. We have a channel here all about Mac OS security. We want you to be protected, and follow along by clicking on the subscription button. Click on the bell, that way you are notified when we are releasing new content. We also have a great product called Moonlock for ensuring that your Mac is safe from malware, safe from viruses, and more. You install it onto your computer and then it runs across your entire Mac, and if something suspicious is found, it'll find it, it'll delete it, and then you have the confidence that you are safe. And the great thing is this is always running in the background. Now you can go and grab it completely for free. You can download it from our website, link to it down below. Try it for 7 days, and then if you love it, you can go and pick it up using our YouTube 10 coupon code, and then you can use Moonlock to ensure that your Mac stays safe. So go and grab it, links to it down below of this video. So what is ClickFix? I mean, ultimately, it's a social engineering type of attack. And like every social engineering attack, it's going to try to trick people into doing something that they think is legitimate when in fact it is not. And it's going to give you instructions on something that you need to action, but then that leads to malware. It's going to be a command that needs to be executed in some sort of a command prompt. It's going to maybe say that your browser is infected. It's going to ask you to verify that you are actually a human. Maybe there's some files or a missing component that needs to be rectified, needs to be installed. Ultimately, you're going to feel like you need to run this command to fix that issue, but it is executing an attacker's command. Now, the tricky thing here is, unlike a normal piece of malware where you are maybe receiving a phishing email, or you're selecting or clicking something and then it's downloading something and executing it itself on your computer, this is actually you executing the command that then triggers the malware to be installed. So you're actually part of the attack. You're part of you infecting your own machine. And the tricky thing here is that it's often going to bypass traditional security that may already be in place on the Mac because it's been executed by the user. If you're running it from a terminal, you often have to run a terminal potentially as an administrator. One of the most common ways is that you will visit a malicious website, a compromised website, and then the website is trying to get you to action something. Maybe it's a fake capture code. There could be a simple fake download button, but you think you're downloading something when you're not. There's a command that is listed. You need to go and copy it. And then on your Mac, it's going to ask you, once you've copied that command, to open up the terminal. And the tricky thing is, because you're opening up the terminal and you potentially are an administrator, you're right in there. And little do you know that that command is actually executing some stuff in the background. And then ultimately, once the malware is in there, you could get remote access to your computer by a hacker. They could now have access through the malware to steal your passwords, to steal anything from a user perspective, to steal your data, your browser session cookies, and a whole bunch more. So why do people fall for it? Well, ultimately it's because it looks real. Like most other sorts of attacks that are through a website, it looks real. Like a phishing email that comes to you, it looks real. And why do people fall for it? Well, because they're hard, sometimes they're very hard to spot. So one recent ClickFix campaign was essentially a fake AI app. This is one thing that Moonlock covered, where essentially there was a fake website impersonating AI tools, essentially like a fake Sora style or AI video generator page. And there was a download button for you to install it. But instead of a normal download, the site gave you a ClickFix style instructions. The instructions led to Mac malware. And the tricky thing with something like this is that there's so much hype about AI. Everybody is talking about AI. And the thing is that hackers know this. And then we had a new Mac stealer called S-Hub Reaper, where it was spoofing Apple, Google, Microsoft, and similar trusted services, making users think that they were downloading or fixing something legitimate. And the attack used macOS's own script editor to run this malicious code. So instead of a dodgy looking app, the scam pushed users into opening Apple's built-in script editor with harmful code already prepared, making the process feel more normal and less suspicious. The great thing is that Apple has been trying to warn its users. Built-in messaging, built-in alerting, warning users when they are pasting suspicious commands into their terminal. But you know what? Hackers are still learning how to bypass some of these things. So the first thing they could do is, hey, you don't have to do it through terminal. You've got the script editor, you've got the Apple editor, and other native apps built in the Mac. If Apple blocks one method, then a hacker is going to try a different method. Another thing that they're trying is making the command a little bit harder to detect. Where the command in the past would have triggered an alert, now they're looking at how to bypass those alerts by issuing commands in different formats. And more, they're trying to lure people through websites that look legitimate, websites that look so close to the original. They're even building it into ads, blog posts, and then now even more within AI looking websites where maybe it looks like a copy of a ChatGPT or of a Claude or something similar. And they also want you to just ignore the warnings, right? They want you to trust what they're doing is legitimate. So they may say on their website, or this command is going to show a warning message. And that's completely fine, and that's completely normal, so you can just say ignore the warning. So what do you need to do, right? First and foremost, get yourself a good piece of anti-malware, antivirus software. You know, Mac OS protections are important, and the Mac is great at keeping users safe. But Moonlock gives you that extra layer of protection, not just protecting you from that malware, but also training you and teaching you security tips to harden and improve your Mac. The Macs are unfortunately vulnerable, so you can't just get away with not having good antivirus. Don't just copy a command from a website and just paste it without thinking, why am I doing this? That seems a little bit suspicious. Often to install some software, they're not going to be asking you to do this sort of stuff. Don't just run terminal commands unless you actually know what you're running. Unless you can actually understand what the command is. You know, what's it actually executing? Is it changing some settings on your computer? Is it going and downloading some software from an unknown URL? Don't actually go and do that. It's not good practice. So if you can, try to download things only from authorized, verified places. One of the best spots is, of course, the Mac App Store. Every app inside of the Mac App Store has at least been verified and given the thumbs up by Apple themselves. Remember, down below we've got a link to our Moonlock product. You can download it completely for free, try it completely for free for 7 days. You love it as much as we do, go and grab it using our coupon YouTube10 code. And if you love macOS security as much as we do, and you should because you need to make sure that your Mac stays safe, check out some of our other videos. We've got a whole bunch of videos all on the Mac on securing your Mac. Subscribe, click on the button on the bell. If you're notified by clicking on that notification bell, you will be told when we release new videos. That way you don't miss out on anything. Let us know down below in the comments as well what you thought, and give us a thumbs up of this video if you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next video.